Ladies and gents, in this video, we'll be going over all the major headlines happening within the markets for this past week. Starting with Bitcoin, going into the debt ceiling crisis, further increasing interest rate talks, an update on Ethereum, and also some major developments happening within the AI world and how you can profit today. I'm excited for today's market update. I hope you guys are too, and let's get started. So first of all, Bitcoin is currently trading at around the $26,200 price level at the time of filming this video, and it looks like we may be closing in on a fourth weekly red candle. Bitcoin's current support level is at that 200 moving average on the weekly chart, which is the purple line that you see on your screen, and currently that is priced in at the $26,267 mark. Just in case you didn't know, Bitcoin's weekly 200 moving average has historically always been a massive support level and is crucial for any bulls to keep Bitcoin above that price. Bitcoin has also been below the 200 moving average for much of this bear market, but it has regained that support level back in early March, and right now it's still fighting to stay just above it. So what all this means is I personally expect a bit more volatility for Bitcoin to happen, especially with the ongoing debt ceiling crisis, and if Bitcoin can't hold that 200 a weekly moving average, we could definitely see a drop to the $25,000 level and possibly even the $24,000 level. Going a bit more in depth into the debt ceiling negotiation update, the most important facts that you need to know about this is the fact that the US only has a few days left to raise the debt ceiling limit before we could risk a national default. Now, the Treasury Department has warned that without action, the federal government could run out of money by June 1st. The most recent update on the ongoing negotiations came on Wednesday from House Speaker McCarthy, where he said that little progress has been made, but he is confident that there will be a solution before the deadline of June 1st. So what does this all mean? Pretty much in simple layman's terms, if the US can't come to an agreement to fulfill those debt obligations, this could further shake investor confidence and potentially lead to a massive financial crisis. This is because investors both in the US and all around the world might lose more credibility and trust in the government's ability to repay their debts. On top of that, a default could also lead to a downgrade of the US credit rating, which this is not the first time it happened, because back in 2011, Standard & Poor's lowered its ratings for US debt due to political brinkmanship over the debt ceiling crisis. Overall, ladies and gents, keep your eye out on this piece of news. Hopefully we get some resolution, and if it doesn't happen and the markets crash, this is going to be the opportunity that I myself and I know members in our Patreon are waiting for to act on soon. In other news, according to the CME Fed Watch tool, which we talked about last week, we actually got word that the probability for raising interest rates at the next FOMC meeting has gone even higher on this tool. The probability for another 25 basis point hike was just at 5%, then it went up towards 15%, then 30%, and currently today it's at 41% for a chance that another rate hike is going to happen soon. So the next FOMC meeting is on June 14th, and there's important economic data that's going to be released prior to this meeting that's going to influence the federal government's decision on raising those rates. So what are those days, Brian? Well, basically June 2nd, the US jobs report is going to give us more insight to the condition of the current labor market, whether people are getting laid off, whether people are getting hired, what's going on with the actual economy. And then June 13th, the day before the actual meeting, we're also going to get May's CPI reading, which is going to give us more insight as to whether the federal government is actually slowing inflation down or not. With all this type of news, just keep in mind, usually the markets tend to price in any type of fluctuation or announcement we get prior to the meeting actually happening, and I currently believe that right now things are still looking a bit shaky. We are testing support levels, but if you're looking to get in at a decent entry for maybe a day trade or a swing trade, I think Bitcoin at the $26,200 level right now for a short-term play is viable, and definitely anytime I'm seeing Ethereum within the $1,700 zone, I consider that to be a little bit of a juicy opportunity too. I've seen it slide down below many times throughout this week, and then I've seen it reach back up towards the $1,800 level, and anytime you get a little bit of a difference within the markets, that's time for you to be able to make some money in between. So before we get into some of the major crypto headlines, because Ethereum, Solana, even cold storage wallet updates, we got to talk about these things. Right now, Nvidia, if you didn't know, within the stock market had a huge jump as the chip maker approached a $1 trillion valuation. So pretty much overnight, they went up about 26% for their stock price. So the increasing need for AI chips in data centers propelled Nvidia to get an $11 billion in sales for the current quarter, surpassing the analyst estimates of $7.5 billion. For anyone who doesn't know what Nvidia is, they supply high-end GPUs for AI applications and for a lot of computers. This is important because with the AI application use case going up, Nvidia looks like they might be having a bit more business over the next few years. Now, to gain overall exposure to the AI market, you have a lot of safe bets that you can make, and one of them has been Nvidia. But if you don't want to do single stock plays, you can also look into AI ETFs or several other funds. But for me, this is something we mentioned over in our Patreon and in our Discord community, and this is actually one of our top AI picks, which I began making a play in over a month back. Unfortunately, Nvidia was a company where I believe just because they had a higher market cap than Adobe, that Adobe would be a better choice. Regardless, I went ahead and posted a daily win of a return of nearly $1,000 today so far within our Patreon. So if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at that or have an opportunity to join, be sure to check out the link down below in the description for any of our buy and sell alerts so that you guys can also start making some money today. So big headline here. First of all, Ledger. This had a huge scare within the crypto markets because a lot of people, even I myself included, has been using Ledger for a while. And last week, they recently came out with a whole new program where pretty much with an optional firmware update, you would be able to recover your Ledger seed phrase passwords from 3 different third-party entities. Now, as most of you guys already know, because we covered this in last week's update, the crypto community expressed huge opposition to Ledger's new service, and since then, Ledger has actually responded. Basically, they decided to postpone the release of the private key recovery service, and they're now also planning to accelerate their open sourcing roadmap to provide even greater transparency and explain the principles of recover. Now, my thoughts on this is just, I don't know. They haven't been doing the best job in terms of PR and how this entire story unfolded, but it looks like Ledger is trying to get on track to do the right thing and to recover from the damages that they've done. It also doesn't help when the Ledger CEO also announced publicly that if the US government ever stepped in and said, okay, we're gonna need Billy Bob Joe's seed phrase, do you guys have access to it? That if they were subpoenaed, they would actually have to give it over to the government. For me personally, I thought the entire idea of cold storage wallets was that no one else could ever have access to your funds, but it looks like throughout this situation, we're getting more revelation on exactly the holes behind using some of these devices. So in response to that, ladies and gents, we went ahead and reached out to Trezor, and they've actually been doing a phenomenal job because they green-lighted a giveaway that we proposed to them for 5 Trezor Model 1s and 3 Trezor Model Ts to our winners directly within our Patreon group. That in total is about $1,000 worth of crypto cold storage wallets. That's 8 of them in total. And right now you have pretty good chances of winning. And if you guys want to qualify for that, all you have to do is check out our Patreon, join our group, and within there, I'll be making a post on how you guys can get entered into this giveaway. By the way, our group is about $14.99 a month. And we also do have a free 7-day trial. And these Trezor cold storage wallets cost a lot more than that. So you have a pretty good shot of winning. And if you do end up winning by joining in the group, you'll also be making some money just off the bat. Second piece of headline we got to cover. Ron DeSantis went ahead and vowed to protect Bitcoin during his presidential campaign launch. So on Wednesday of this past week, Ron DeSantis officially announced his bid for the 2024 US presidency run during a Twitter space with Elon Musk. Now, this announcement here brought in over 400,000 listeners, and within just 10 minutes, this actually caused Twitter space systems to momentarily. For those who don't know who Ron DeSantis is, he is the current governor of Florida and the top competitor to Trump for the Republican nomination. When the topic of crypto came up, DeSantis said that he was absolutely pro-crypto and he would protect Bitcoin if he was president. And DeSantis made several very strong claims about crypto and Bitcoin, quoting that you have every right to do Bitcoin and the only reason these people in Washington don't like it is because they don't control it. He also mentioned Bitcoin represents a threat to them, so they're trying to regulate it out of existence. On the other hand, if President Biden gets reelected for another 4 years, his administration might, quote, probably end up killing it, referring to Bitcoin. So ladies and gents, regardless of whatever your political views are, if you are pro-crypto, I feel like you have an opportunity here to make an impact or make a difference. With just how much we've seen interest rates going up and just seeing the state of our economy in the last few years, I think the decision is clear. Now, I don't know, this ain't no political channel here. I ain't gonna go into the weeds of it, but y'all make the right decision. I trust y'all to make the right decision. In terms of the next headline, Solana also announced that they'd be integrating AI into their blockchain, and they raised a grant fund of $10 million. So Solana's been a bit of a sleeper throughout this bear market, but this is a cryptocurrency where I believe it has strong potential for when the bull market comes back. This is partly due to the fact that they continue to build, and as a testament to that, you can see that right now the Solana Foundation has fully integrated the artificial intelligence ChatGPT plugin to be developed within Solana Labs. So what is this going to do? Basically, this is going to perform tasks such as purchasing NFTs, transferring tokens, inspecting transactions, interpreting account data, and also finding NFT collections based on floor price. So ladies and gents, over here, at least within my own business, we fully understand the capabilities and real world applications of AI ever since it's been released. It's made a huge change and drastic improvement within our company. It's allowed me to produce content even faster. It allows us to work even smoother here. But the fact that we're at now a crossroads where we could see AI getting incorporated with blockchain technology, I believe the possibilities of what is to come may be endless. So don't regret not making any plays soon enough, because during these bear markets is where you want to do the research and you want to continue making bets, so when the bull market comes around, you can reap the rewards. In terms of other cryptocurrencies though, doing pretty well. Ethereum went ahead and released one of their new network upgrades, and this here was called the Shapella Upgrade. Basically, they've had a major uptick in their surge staking activity for the Ethereum blockchain, where this upgrade has pretty much enabled users to withdraw their staked ETH and rewards, resulting in over 1 million ETH being withdrawn, which, you know, may not sound like the best news in a world, but through that, we had a huge wave of new Ethereum stakers. So currently, the number of active Ethereum stakers rose to over 580,000, which is the highest level in 2.5 years. Now, this story here made me overall bullish on Ethereum, and now that people are able to witness the fact that they can stake their crypto safely, they can withdraw it, and they can unstake it at any time, and it shows that they are making passive income, I believe that this is going to further the confidence within this asset. Now, even with this piece of news, it hasn't really affected the price action of Ethereum, but that is just because Ethereum still follows along what Bitcoin does, and Bitcoin is following along what the stock market's doing, and stock market is responding to what the federal government is doing and the rate of inflation and current interest rates. All right, so to wrap this video up, first of all, guys, we get a lot of bot comments anytime I make a crypto market update. They're promoting like these really weird scam tokens, and they throw like 1,000 likes on those comments, and then they always have the generic comment like, this guy is so excited for the recession. I actually am excited for the recession because that is opportunity, but you know, they're all bot comments. It's just be careful of that. I don't have telegrams. I don't have any other email addresses reaching out to people about token projects, and I surely will not be reaching out to you guys in your WhatsApp or anything or in the comments of these videos, so please be wary of that. If you guys want to go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, that is also linked down below. I haven't been posting on social media as much, but I plan on doing a little comeback. I want to start posting a bit more, and if you guys also want to go ahead and pick up a total of 32 free stocks, yes, I know that just sounds ridiculous at this point, but you can through Webull and Moomoo. I have links down below in the description. They have some pretty solid promotional offers, and depending on how much you invest, you can get a whole bunch of free stocks back. Who doesn't love free money? So links for that are down below in the description, or you guys can scan the QR code anywhere on this screen at any point. By the way, we also had an amazing live stream last night for our Patreon members, and I think you guys will find a ton of value. So be sure to join our waitlist if you ever want to join our private inner circle, and check out the link down below in the description to see if we have any additional spots open. On top of that, if you guys also want to check out Trezor as another alternative cold storage wallet, be sure to check out the link down below in the description. And if you guys do want to pick up a discounted one or one for free, like I said, link for that will be down below in the description to our Patreon. All right, love y'all. Peace out. Boom.